over the weekend, sometime in between yesterday and the last time I did an episode on this station, one of the people, one of the characters that I've been talking about lost his life, man. This dude is like, I want to say extended family, but it's like he's part of my step family. And I'm not gonna say like we was real close enough that we knew each other. If we seen each other on the street, we'll stop and speak, probably chop it up for a minute. I'm talking about Glenview Pooh. If you remember in the last story, when I told y'all a dude came into the jail and he had that old black ass weed, what's up, Toot, in his shoe that he had tucked under his socks when he got arrested. It was tucked under his toes and his socks when he got arrested. That's Glenview Pooh. I believe that he lost his life in a car wreck this weekend. I could be mistaken, but it could have been the exact same day that I was talking about him in that episode. I hate to think that that was the day that he lost his life. But I just want to send my condolences to the friends and family, man, of Glenview Pooh, man, the whole Glenview community, North Little Rock. Because I know like there wasn't no regular dude, man. They lost a real one. Dude was a real solid individual, man. He wasn't in a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no deadbeat daddy type dude. No dude just like to hang in the streets and cause ruckus and shit, man. This was a real dude that we lost, man. So like I say, my condolences to the streets and to his family. Uh to continue on with the story. What's up, Pat? To continue on with this story, man, when we left off, I told you I was messing with a little buddy. We was in, man, what was the name of that unit? The intake unit. When I had got my disciplinary, but I wasn't in the hole yet. Well, I told y'all I was like, man, I had sat in intake so long, maybe they wasn't gonna take me to the hole. Maybe they were just gonna come get me and take me to a different unit away from the Red Bone deputy that was in love with me. Um, yeah, that didn't happen. Them motherfuckers came and held trial and found me guilty and took my ass straight to the hole. I took, you know what I'm saying, what little cigarettes I had left, tried to hustle up on some more. You know I was gonna hustle up on some more before I got rid of all my gas. Well, I get to the hole and it's more the same, man. I've been in jail so long, most of the deputies know me, so lo and behold, I get on cleanup. And the whole cleanup is a little bit different. You only need one person because everybody not coming out their cell to eat, no rec call or none of that. If you look at the thumbnail that I got up on this video, you'll see how the cells is. They got little slots in them in the door, just big enough for a lunch tray to grow through. So when you in the hole, you come out your cell for two reasons, and you're gonna be handcuffed. You might be handcuffed and shackled when you come out. For three reasons: you're going to the shower, you're gonna get you a little time in the day room or outside in the what they call the yard, but it ain't big as a bedroom. Probably about the size of two cells. It go up two levels, and then it's chicken wire on top of that. So you know what I'm saying. You might get to see the sun, you might not. So it really ain't like you got no hell of a outside going. Um, with me being on clean up here, what I would do is basically be a step and fetch it for the police and for the inmates. When he let me out my cell, I mean, he or she, the deputy, the CO, let me out my cell, I would spend most of my time cleaning up, but as I'm mopping and sweeping, just to get a deputy a little break, he'll let me out to mop and sweep because he know that I'm a pass shit. I might get a book and take it over here to this dude. This dude might need a light. I'm sneaking him a light. This dude want to sell a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. And instead of the deputy, instead of getting called, hey man, take this book to my homeboy, run upstairs and do this, I do it. Now I got to creep and sneak while I'm doing it, even though he know what I'm doing. He letting me do this so he don't get called. He can read his book or watch whatever he doing, or sleep or chill or whatever he doing. You feel me? He don't want to be running up and down these stairs, running from cell to cell, listening to what every inmate got going on. So he'll let me do it. Now, this particular day, I'm passing shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much food going on. People be done made bets, so they gambling, they selling their trays or whatever. So they I'll be running cakes over here, cornbread, or this plate to this person. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, just boring ass shit. Sometimes the deputy would give me a cigarette or two or three out of his pocket for handling all this business. You know what I'm saying? You go outside, smoke that, I'm gonna give you a light. I got my own shit, but I'm gonna take yours too. What you talking about? This particular day, man, I'm sweeping, I'm mopping, cleaning up downstairs, and I get to the back. Once you get to the back, it's a day room. You're gonna get to the glass, it's a day room on the other side. Your mama was a rat. So when I get back here, it's this dude named Pat. Let me tell you a little bit about Pat, man. Pat was old, ugly looking ass nigga. Skinny. Probably about 19, 20, 21 years old. 5'7", 5'8". Wasn't no real big dude, you know what I'm saying? But Pat had a murder charge. Him and some more dudes had robbed a dude with some motion on the north side by the name of Motorcycle Mike. Now, the thing about Motorcycle Mike was one of them. You know what I'm saying? He was part of the alphabet community. But people knew him. They knew he had this motion. Thing is, Motorcycle Mike was like, he was paying dudes to do certain freaky things with him. I don't know if that's what Pat and them was had going on or none of that. I just know they tried to rob Motorcycle Mike. And in the process, let me see if I can get this one of these cords, because it was very cruel what had happened. They had got a phone cord while they was robbing dude. This was like, you know what I'm saying, 2000. And when they had the cord around this thing like this, one dude was pulling this direction and the other dude was pulling this direction. And they just kept pulling and pulling and pulling until it was over with. I don't know how much time dude got. I think it was the L. I don't think he got no numbers. I think he got letters. Which, you know, that's how they go. Y'all hit the like button. So they robbed Motorcycle Mike and put that thing around his neck and pulled from both directions until it was over with. Thing about it was, this was like one of the first conversations I had with a dude that I knew for sure was in jail. He was a killer. He was a killer, but he wasn't a killer. I had conversations, knew a bunch of dudes that had took a life. There was killers. This man messed around and did something on a whim in the middle of a robbery that he didn't want to do. Or should I say, I'm gonna say he didn't want to do it when he did it. I know he regretted it because this day showed me how much regret he had. This man called me to his cell. And when I get to the cell, I've been down to the flap. And I smell shit. I'm like, nigga, you just used the bathroom or something? He like, man, chill out, chill out, chill out. Like, what the fuck you mean, nigga? It smell like shit up in here. So he like, man, that's what I'm trying to holler at you about. Feel that's what I'm trying to holler at you about. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, you know, I go to court in about 2 weeks. Man, what they got to do with this shitty smell, bro? He like, man, bro, when you make your round back through here mopping, after you sweep and you come back mopping, man, play it off, bro, when you get to my cell and holler for the deputy, man, and tell him I'm back here eating shit. The fuck? You doing what? Man, tell him I'm back here eating shit. Like, for what? He said, man, because I got to play crazy, bro. These folks gonna try to kill me, bro. I got this murder charge. They're gonna try to give me like, man, the only hope I got is playing insane, bro. I got to play crazy. I'm like, I really wasn't with the shit. I'm like, man, this ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I'm not fit to be playing back here with you. And you smell like shit, bro. This man had kept a styrofoam plate from the meal we had earlier and took a shit in this styrofoam plate. And I'm gonna tell you, like, this is how vivid my memory was. That shit was like this color yellow up in here. It wasn't brown, it wasn't green. This man took a yellow ass shit. And when I came back mopping and sweeping, I wouldn't say shit. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit, bro. I'm not doing this shit, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. And the nigga was hollering, Phil, man, come on, man. The man started, look, it's about 15 minutes went by between me mopping and when it finally popped off. I'm sweeping. He's steady trying to, you know what I'm saying, get me to go along with it, holler for the deputy. I'm like, no, sir, I'm not being involved in this shitty shit, bro. I'm thinking to myself, I already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna beat your ass, drag you out there, said that I'm gonna have to clean up the shit. Man, when I tell you, I come back through there because after I mopped the main floor, then I started coming through with the mops and the broom, and I slide through the flap. And you can, you know what I'm saying, sweep your shit, your room out, up under the door, sweep all the dirt from up under the door. And I'll be sitting there with the push broom, catch it, put it in the dustpan. Slide you the mop. You can mop your floor, spray it with the little chemicals and shit, stick it back through the window into the thing, I got you. I don't like doing that. Cause sometimes the motherfuckers got something on their mind, they'll try to buck and hold my shit. And now you making me look bad. Cause I gave the shit to you, now the police gotta come back and get the shit back from me. But as I'm doing this, I get back down to dude's cell. And the man look at me, he say, fear. And when he say fear, I look at him, the man had a handful of shit, yellow shit, and did this. Get the rubbing the shit all around. He got his mouth closed, like he rubbing the shit all around his mouth. He say, call him, call him. Said, oh man, I threw the broom down. I was a pole. CO pole. Deputy pole. The man like, what's up, man? What's up? I said, man, this nigga out here eating shit. Huh? I said, yo, man, this nigga out here eating shit. Patrick, Pat Rose. So deputy come running down there. And first he see the shit, he like, nigga, for real, you supposed to be a player. Dude looking at him like, man, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Y'all ain't bringing me nothing to eat. Hell, I'm gonna eat what I got. Shit like, hell no, this nigga crazy. But at the same time, I'm thinking, boy, I ain't never been facing that motherfucking death penalty. So, hey, you facing the death penalty, you don't know what's gonna happen. Man, when I tell you, Deputy Poole walked off. This man walked off and went back and sat down. And he was like, man, so now I'm going down there. I'm like, Deputy, what you gonna do, man? You gonna call them folks? He's like, shit, in a minute. He like, shit, man, ain't finna go down and deal with that shit right now. He said, man, shit, besides, he crazy. If he really crazy, it ain't gonna bother him. He don't want to put that shit all in his motherfucking face like that. Man, we get back down there. I'm gonna say probably about 10 minutes. This man rubbed shit all over his face. It's all around his eyes. It's all in his hair. You can smell this shit coming out the motherfucking room, out the cell. I'm like, God damn, he called back up. They busted motherfucking shit down. It was shit all over the place. This was someone that's stinking this shit. I said, God damn. Man. Nasty shit. I don't remember how much time they gave Pat. I'm thinking they gave him the L though. I think he beat the death and got the life. Man, look, keep in mind the things that you do when you're doing silly shit. Because sometimes, every once in a while, the silly shit you do gonna get you the silliest consequences. And then it don't stop. I'm pretty sure wherever this man is right now, if he's still alive or whatever going on, he regret that day. It ain't never gonna leave him. He regret what he did to Motorcycle Mike. He regret letting them homeboys or whoever it was walked in that house with him, lug him up, and encourage him to do some bullshit. We all do. We all have been somewhere and did something that we realized, I didn't have to do this. This was way after 1989. This was either 2000 or 2001. I'm trying to see what else I can tell y'all about that time, that period right there in the hole. Because I don't know. I remember Arkansas. This is in Arkansas. I remember from that period in the hole going to court. Nothing special happened. When I got out the hole, they put me in T unit. I started out in R unit. They put me in T unit. Now T unit was shit. That's how it happened. Motherfuckers gonna be realizing you catch that time. Sometimes you be in prison longer than some people be alive. Like real talk. I know dudes right now. And I done made it to 43. Man, I know dudes that I met in prison had did more than 43 years in prison when I met them. Like real talk. Shit gets scary. Them folks was offering me. There's one thing I haven't been telling y'all about. I'll tell y'all about these folks. When they first came to me, offering me time, they offered me 60 years. I would still be in prison right now this day. I know y'all know that. I was 43 years old. Out of all 60 of them years, I would have had to do 70%. I'm 43. I would have had to do 42 years before I was eligible for parole. I was 18 years old when I caught my charge. You know what I'm saying? Think about how much time it is. My whole life up to this day, minus 1 year. I ain't even gonna say minus 1 year because I just turned 43 a couple months ago. Last month in September. That's a long ass time to be sitting in prison for anything, man. Like, I can barely remember when I was 4, 5 years old, and you telling me that I had to go back that long to remember when I was a few years in prison. That's a long damn time. The second time they offered me some time, they came to me and they offered me 40 years. Every time they went down 20, and I wouldn't take the 40. They came back and they offered me 20. We ain't to that part yet. But when you in jail, man, you going through this. Sometimes you have to just you have to live your life and not focus every day on how much time is over your head, because that right there would drive you crazy and make you start acting way out of character. Like I told you, a lot of people they give up on life. And once they give up on life, they either start moving like the other people they see in jail move, or they'll try to off themselves. Them your two routes. Once you give up on life, you give up on seeing freedom again and making it back out there to the streets. A lot of people just go full fledged inmate, convict, and it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? In Arkansas, they'll tell you it's a difference anyway between an inmate and a convict. An inmate is the new dude that just got to jail, he just got to prison, he don't know what's going on, he do what the inmates do, he do what the guards tell him to do. A convict is somebody who done learn how to survive in here, they know the rules, behind the rules, and they got motion, they making shit happen, they know how to live through this shit. A lot of them get institutionalized. That's what I was just telling y'all about. You get institutionalized, and after that, it's just, I ain't gonna say it's downhill, but as far as coming back out here to society, it's downhill. Institutionalized is like when you see Damon on Friday, part two, and this dude likes men. He's still living like he in prison. He still think like that, walking around with the phone books up under his shirt because he thinks somebody gonna try to stat him. That's institutionalized. Everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but when you see these dudes come home from prison, they still eating prison spreads. That's that institutionalism. And I'm gonna say that to a degree because, like I say, even in prison, I used to I haven't seen it on the streets in a long time. But if you take a pack of noodles, the kind we had in prison, and they got that spine, the part on the plastic that fold over on the back. If you take that and you flip it, there are recipes that tell you to crunch up the noodles the way we be breaking them up. It tell you you can put chili in it, you can put tuna fish in it, you can leave the noodles dry and sprinkle them on a salad, all type of different type of shit that you never thought to do with these noodles besides put cheese and hot dogs in them. It tell you how to cook this stuff. So when people be like, "Oh man, y'all still prison shit," yeah, it is, but at the same time, it ain't no shit that was made in prison. Them people put that on the pack and told you how to do it. But also, you got to think about it. A lot of stuff that they feed us in prison is wrote on the bag of the package only for sale inside of institutions. That's what I used to trip on, like the coffee. That Keefy coffee, them Keefy chips and shit I done told y'all about several times. They didn't want that shit being sold on the street. That shit is for institutional use. That's why you be scared to drink the coffee. A lot of dudes will drink their coffee and it's addictive. It's like they call it liquid crack. I'm talking about you really get addicted to it. The shit don't taste good or none of that. But you have people around here shaking because they ain't got none. You got people around here that pull their drawers down for a bag of coffee. I'm telling you what I know, not some shit that just sound good. It's some dudes really around here in prison that are homosexuals because they had addiction to some nasty ass coffee. And the addiction is stronger than crack cocaine. Cause I ain't never really on the street seen no dude change his sexuality about no crack. I seen a dude try to rob you, break in your house, steal your hubcaps, all type of shit. In prison, niggas will literally pull their drawers down and bend over something for a bag of this coffee, for some of these cigarettes. Real shit. It's some of the like I said, the title of the video, some of the wildest shit I ever seen in my life, man. The wildest shit I ever seen was that nigga Pat putting shit all over his face. Yeah, the saltpeter, like that little shit they make us drink. That's what you drink when you go to the chow hall. They gonna call it juice, a Kool-Aid or whatever. That shit ain't juice. It damn sure ain't Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, it ain't. It tastes like a watered down ass Kool-Aid. But what it actually is they say they put a type of chemical in it that is supposed to make your shit say soft to discourage assaults and grapes. And it don't. It ain't slowing nothing down. People ain't getting took like that because people just ain't getting took like that. Like I always said, one thing about prison is that that's the lifestyle you want. And this is why I be tripping on the other dude's stories. I be like, look, do y'all realize y'all, this might tell a story. They got a whole gang of people who love that. Then they got a whole gang of people who is out here taking it from people. And I'm like, bro, they even fight each other. If you love the booty, then won't you go over there with the dudes who love the Peter? Nigga, that's what y'all love. In Arkansas, that's what they do. That's what they do. The dudes that love the booty, either they a creep with the dudes that love the Peter, or they jump in a relationship with them. Get them something every night, every day, every time they can. And I understand that. It's just like on the street, these dudes out here is gay as hell. So they do gay shit. Why would you be trying to take something when you got people that's throwing it? And when I say throwing it, I'm talking about John Elway. They throwing it. They press it up on dudes that don't want it. Telling them, boy, you got all this time. Yeah, you gonna want it one day, and I'm gonna be right here to give it to you. I don't want it, but my homeboy over there, he want it. Yeah, he freaking like that. Go over there and fuck with him. Not me. That's why I be tripping on some of these dudes' store. They be like, man, these every day, all day, they taking something. Every day, all day. The guards taking it all day. I'm like, dude, y'all walk right past the ones who gonna give it to you better than you ever had in your life. Try to take it from a niggas gonna fight the whole time. That's that P. Diddy shit. You want to overpower something. You want to take something. You feel like you get more manhood because you took dude manhood. Man, if you don't get out of here with that shit, if you don't get out of here with that shit. Anyway, the unit I came to after I got out the hole was P unit. Now, when let me rephrase it. I was in Q unit first. I was in Q unit. When I got to Q unit, it was me, another old school Crip from Rolling 60s. We was the only two Crips in the barracks. Everybody else was white boys, some form of disciple of blood, Pyru. Can't remember this nigga's name, but it was a Pyru nigga, and the nigga was cool as hell. Like just being real, this nigga was cool as hell. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no pushover, no shit like that. But he just was a real dude. He ain't keep no bunch of shit going. He ain't start shit. Me and dude used to play chess like 2-3 times a day. I ain't never been no real hooper. I play some football and shit, but I ain't never been no basketball player. Chess. I learned how to play chess in that barracks. I'm gonna give y'all that story, man, to wrap it up. It was an old school dude that I used to play chess with all the time. And dude used to tell me how he went all these chess tournaments and shit, how cold he was. And I used to play with dude all the time. I play with dude. Then once I feel like he didn't got tired of whooping up on me, that's when I go play with the Pyru dude or somebody else. But I always start out after child playing with old school. I damn near beat old school one day. And he told me, old school said, man, Phil, And this one thing about it. When you in jail, man, people lie. People say all type of amazing shit. But this man was telling me, he like, man, I can go home right now if I wanted to. I'm gonna stay in this motherfucker till you beat me. I ain't going nowhere till you beat me. It was like a day or two later. I beat this man in the chest. I went, it was like I beat him. I wanted to play him again. He didn't want to play, he wanted to go outside and smoke. So I went outside and smoke, he went outside and smoke. While we was out there, they called lockdown for lunch. So we do the lockdown for lunch. They feed the top chair, feed the bottom chair. All that might take about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So they're gonna lock you down for lunch, and then you're gonna wait about 45 minutes to an hour. And then the trays are gonna roll in, or the trays probably been already rolled in, and they just ain't in no rush to get them out to a motherfucker. So about an hour and a half, 2 hours go by. We done ate our lunch, everything. We coming back out. Old school is gone. And I'm asking other old school, like, hey, bro, where old school at? Oh shit, he going home, bro. Going home. What's up, stranger? Boy, we about done now. But he was like, I'm like, going home. They were like, yeah, man, dude left doing chow. He ain't even stay around to eat. I'm like, what you mean going home? They were like, shit, nigga, he called his people, told him come get his ass. They came and got his ass. And the shit was unbelievable to me, because I'm like, bro, I've been sitting in jail for some months, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna sit in this motherfucker that can go home. You can go home and you just sitting up in here? Like, what type of life you got out there on the street that you been sitting up in this bitch and you could have went home whenever you just, hey, come get me. So fuck. Oh yeah, dude, went home on my dog ass, man. I couldn't believe that shit. But ever since then, I've been thinking, nigga, I'm a pretty good chess player. I learned a lot from dude, man. I got and I'm gonna tell you, that chessboard probably kept me out of a lot of bullshit. I wasn't type of nigga just play chess all day, every day. But I played chess when I could have been doing a lot of other stupid shit. When people were breaking in people boxing, going in people's cells and getting in trouble doing this and that. There was a lot of times where I was at the chess table, talking to an old school nigga, playing with old school. That was one of my, I'm gonna say, top favorite things to do in prison was to get a one-on-one, man, doing something with somebody that was a lot older than me, pick their brain, learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you the things that I learned from old people in prison is what helped me survive. It was a couple young motherfuckers that taught me some shit too. But for the meantime, in between time, it was some old schools. Anyway, man, we could let this go. Try not to keep it too long. Y'all know the saying. You ain't find something to die for, find you something to live for. Just don't spend your life living in prison. We out.